It has been called a masterpiece.
A nightmare. Horrifying. Electrifying.
Beautiful.
Terrifying.
Mystical.
Magical.
Incredible.
Insane.
Francis Ford Coppola presents Marlon Brando, Robert Duvall, Martin Sheen. Apocalypse Now. Rated R. Check newspapers for a theater near you.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end.
Podcast, son. Nothing else in the world smells like that. I love the smell of podcasts in the morning. You know, one time we did a podcast that was almost 2.5 hours long. When it was all over, I walked up. That smell, you know that podcast smell. The whole episode smelled like victory. Someday this show's going to end, but not today. As today, we're going into the shit as we discuss the 1979 Francis Ford Coppola Vietnam War classic film, Apocalypse Now. And much like Captain Willard, I am not going on this journey alone. The horror. The horror. The horror that my first introduction is to a man who called me today to tell me that he watched a Linda Ronstadt documentary. A man who you can't hear laughing because he's muted. There he is. Christopher, I told you if you had 1,000 guesses, you never would have guessed what this documentary was. A man who clearly should take up reading. He has the time to. A man who I can almost guarantee thought at least once while watching this movie, if he was in Vietnam, he'd be just like Robert Duvall's Colonel Kilgore.
100%.
I know. And how hilarious it would have been if they had to call his mother to say, your son was killed. And they'd say, in battle? No. He died falling off a surfboard. My pal David. How are you doing? And I can't wait to filter out all this noise in the background. And what are you drinking this fine evening?
So my buddy Sean, the best bartender in Newburyport, made me a napalm in the morning, which is, look at this.
Look at that, on theme.
It
That's
literally
fantastic.
makes your mouth numb because of the herbal, whatever.
Because of the napalm in it?
Maybe, but it is an amazing drink. An amazing bartender at Bar25 in Newburyport. Great place.
Free advertising.
Good advertising.
What the hell? What does it taste like?
Did he just make it up?
No, I actually showed a picture of how to make it.
Oh, cool.
I looked it up. Napalm in the morning. It's actually pretty.
That's great.
I had to bring it, guys. I had to bring it.
You really did.
You did, Brad. At least you brought it with the drink. Let's see how the rest of it goes.
I still don't know if it tops my drink, but that
We'll
is
see.
you finally on theme.
Because next up is a man. You listen to him. The man's enlarged my mind. He's a poet warrior in the classic sense. I mean, sometimes you'll say, hey, you want to do a movie about kids and pirates? And he'll just walk right by you. He won't even notice you. But you mention the right movie, and then you'd get this man's attention. Mr. Christopher Morris, how are you doing? And I was going to say, tell us all what you're drinking, but he's already fucking gone.
No, I'm going to tell you I'm doing well, Michael. I am drinking something made of, Jägermeister, pineapple juice, and coconut rum, which is, Mikey, why don't you tell Dave what this is called?
Yes. Christopher is drinking something called a surfer on acid.
Oh, that's pretty good. What's better though, Mikey? Who's better?
You know what?
What's better?
I honestly am impressed by your drink. I am impressed
too.
by your drink. So I might have to give it to you tonight. But what is in your drink? Did you say what was in your drink? And he drops it. And the microphone's in the other ear, which he dropped out of his ear. It dropped out of your head. Can't hear
out of your
at
ear.
all.
While he gets that, Mikey, what are you drinking?
My friends, I'm drinking much like a drink that I had a couple weeks ago. I have a spicy V8, but this time I have a spicy pickle shot in it, and it's a drink that I call a Pickle-Lips Now.
I like it.
It's
in a Pickle-Lips
spicy
Now.
pickle.
I don't know. I think these are the three best. These are the three most on point
ever.
As far as all of us.
I agree.
Bar David's loose. Look how happy and loose he is.
I've also had like 3 drinks since this one, so
that's great.
I am very loose.
Can you go on the drive home with you too? That would be fun.
So,
Apocalypse
Get
Now,
into it, Michael.
Gentlemen,
this is some greatness.
This is some greatness, and I said last week that I saw this movie. I remember about 3 or 4 things. I must have given up at some point. I kind of remember the Playboy USO stuff. I remember Larry Fishburne. I remember some of the beginning. I don't remember ever getting to Kurtz, not at all. So and a bunch of the numbers going down, we'll say. Yes. Another thing I was kind of surprised is this was at the tail end of the 70s. Apocalypse Now from 1979, but I guess it couldn't have been that much earlier because the war was only, earlier that decade. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola, written by John Milius, another John Milius movie, and Coppola, with the narrations written by Michael Herr, who we actually last saw wrote Full Metal Jacket. So there's a nice connection there. It is based on the Joseph Conrad novella Heart of Darkness, though that goes uncredited. In fact, as far as I could tell, at least what I saw, there are no credits in this movie. It started, it ended. I didn't see one credit.
They wanted no credit.
Which is great. So, side note, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Obviously, but it is starring some of the greatest actors of multiple generations. Martin Sheen, Marlon Brando, Robert Duvall, also with Frederick Forrest, Albert Hall, Sam Bottoms, Larry Fishburne, later goes as Lawrence Fishburne, and I forgot until he popped up, Dennis Hopper.
Oh my God, he's so good.
And he's in it. I didn't realize how little Robert Duvall's in it, how little, it's like they're just, I don't want to say they're Ted Danson along the way to find Private Ryan, but it's very much gave me that feel of a group of people on a mission.
But I need to understand, like, we watched this a long time ago and never finished. Right?
Yes.
What did you think of the movie?
This was like 20 years ago. I probably watched it on DVD on the train or something.
What did he think now, or what is?
What did I think of it now?
What do you think now?
I thought it was incredible. I couldn't believe that it didn't win. I'm watching this going, how does not win every single Oscar?
We're gonna go through the Oscars.
And up until they killed the animal at the end, then I was like, fuck Francis Ford Coppola.
I hate that scene.
But other than that, it was a technical spectacle because everything you're seeing is happening. There isn't one digital effect. It's like the choreography alone, dazzling, incredible.
But the acting was so on point.
Yes, the acting.
Every stitch of acting was on point. It was no exaggeration. It was
Duvall on camera. You couldn't see him enough. He was so just captivating, right? I mean, we'll get to the Oscars, but he should have won. He should have won Best Supporting Actor. But so this is added to the many movies that I saw in my late teens or maybe early 20s that I didn't know enough or didn't appreciate. I honestly hadn't seen this in such a long time, and I was blown away by. It's less of a narrative, more of just like spectacle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just incredible how it was done too. If you like, Dave obviously watched the documentary that I suggested to him 5 times. Hearts of Darkness by Coppola's wife. The whole story of how they made this is incredible. I don't know how much you know, Mikey. Like,
Nothing.
he really put everything into this.
I did see that.
They started Zoetrope. He didn't want the studio to have all this control, so he started this film company. That's why I feel bad about Megalopolis, which was a huge bust, but that was all of his money. Just his efforts and his ideas. So
he sells his wine so he can make his movies. That's
I mean, honestly, to get his foot in the door, he wrote the screenplay for Patton and won the Oscar.
Oh,
right.
Wow.
In 1970. Then, like, making The Godfather, and that's another thing. How different, directors have a certain style. How different is this movie than The Godfather?
Right.
I mean, The Godfather is probably the best movie of all time, but it's also the shots in this movie, the close-ups. Obviously, everything's real. Like he just.
But this is
the
also
helicopters and everything.
This is also on like a Jaws scale, where it's over budget and over time.
Oh, it was
It was a mess.
I can't wait to watch that documentary.
A massive albatross.
Did you say Martin Sheen had a heart attack during the filming?
Mid movie.
Yeah. Martin Sheen had a heart attack during the movie. He's like 36 years old. Coppola, you got to watch that documentary because Coppola's like, they have clips of Coppola saying, I mean, if he died, I think they're overstating how bad it was. And then he's like, if he dies, what are we looking at here? Like, he's thinking about the movie.
Like
it's
the
crazy. But also, so, they shot it in the Philippines. And they used the Philippine Army helicopters and everything like that, which is crazy.
Okay, I was wondering where they did it.
Which they had to take the helicopters out because they had to use them.
Yeah, sometimes they had to use them for battle.
Holy shit!
He talked to Marcos. Ferdinand Marcos
was Martin Sheen's character for like a month in film.
Harvey Keitel was right.
I saw he got fired. Yeah, I started seeing his YouTube videos.
So, and this isn't even a knock against Keitel. He just wouldn't have been right for it.
Oh, I wouldn't have.
He's too
rough looking,
like strong, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Like Martin Sheen is more like passive, and even though his character, he's amazing in this movie.
But he's an assassin. He's a ruthless assassin,
right?
But he doesn't come off that way.
When I was young, I was like, okay, he's the good guy, and he's gonna kill Kurtz at the end, and that's what happens, and I'm happy. That's not the movie. The movie is the journey. It's basically a journey into hell, and it's also like a journey into yourself to see, and the parallels with the war, obviously.
So how great is this on? I'm on location.
You're on location in the Philippines.
Oh, nice. Yes, you are.
Another thing about Martin Sheen. Now, again, I'm saying people when I mention this, I meant people that were like watching him in the 70s, then all of a sudden see his kids. Where we grew up seeing the kids. I can't believe how much they take after their dad. How much? First of all, Emilio looks just like him, and then him and Charlie, just the way certain things they say, just certain turns of phrase, ridiculous. And
then also the parallels of this movie with Martin Sheen narrating, like Charlie later narrates Platoon. The tiger scene, obviously an homage in Platoon, obviously an homage to. So they have all about the taming of the tiger. It sounds crazy. So Frederick Forrest, who plays Chef, was deathly afraid because they're taming this thing. So he didn't have to act that much.
I got a Tom Hardy, John Barenthal kind of vibe from that guy.
Yeah. He was. It's crazy how. It's kind of like nobody was likable. So I don't know if you mentioned Hearts of Darkness, the Joseph Conrad novel.
Heart of Darkness is the novel. Sorry. Hearts of Darkness is the
right.
Okay.
So Orson Welles was originally supposed to make
But this was in the 1800s. They adapted everything.
Yeah, so it's not about the Vietnam War. It's about war in general.
It's about colonialism, and that's what Orson Welles was going to make the movie about. And they were supposed to, the studio was like, you know what, it's not right. So he ended up making Citizen Kane instead, which is crazy.
That worked out.
But did you give us the stats?
Not yet. No.
Rotten Tomato, Oscars.
Rotten Tomato, 91% on the critics score, 94% on the audience score. It is on the AFI's 100 Greatest American Films. It is number 28 on the original list and is number 30 on the 10-year anniversary list. On a reported box office of about $31.5 million, which is crazy that it doesn't feel like it's more. I see worldwide, I saw two different numbers, 105 million to 150 million. So it definitely made money. And at the Academy Awards, it was nominated for 8 awards, only winning for Best Cinematography and Best Sound, which
the
makes
cinematography was a no-brainer.
But it lost Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Adapted Screenplay to Kramer versus Kramer. Maybe Kramer versus Kramer is well acted and a great story. It really is. Director-wise, I can't imagine the scale of...
It's really close to home for me, Chris. So we can't go off.
Right. But my point is...
We're going to do Kramer versus Kramer... it's someday with Dave and I.
Maybe the Academy saw that animal get killed.
We'll be holding each other.
Best Supporting Actor, Duvall lost to Melvin Douglas for being there.
Yep. That's stupid.
Art direction and editor, all that jazz.
Duvall should have won 3 Oscars for this.
Duvall was only in it for like 5 minutes, but it's so good.
Okay, but was he not the epitome of a badass?
Oh, he
was incredible. But what's great is he didn't like how it was portrayed. He thought Kilgore was way too simplistic, way too rah-rah. And the speeches are great. I don't know if you noticed, he's like, get this man some water.
Yes.
It was the Viet Cong wounded man. He can drink from my canteen.
Get out of here! Give me that canteen. Any man brave enough to get out of here! Get your fucking ass! You're killing a lot of our people! Any man brave enough to fight with his guns strapped on and drink from my canteen any day! Hey, Colonel, I think one of those sailors, Lance Johnson.
And as soon as he hears the surfer, Lance is there. He's about to give the guy water. He just dumps it out and gets up. Did you notice that?
He was like, "Whoa, the surf!" Like he was like a fanboy over this professional surfer.
Oh, the whole thing was the surfing was great. Charlie, don't surf. I forgot where I was going.
They're almost dying, and he's talking about how they break both ways.
Yes, that's why that's how he didn't care about their mission until, okay, I can get them to the river. They actually just put their boat. I didn't remember any of this from watching it originally. That he literally was like, he didn't really care about their mission until he found out there's it's a dangerous place. Surfing, this beach. He can accomplish 2 things. He can bring their boat to this river, to the mouth of the river, and then also this place, although dangerous, he can have Lance surf.
Change. You mean right now, sir? I want to see how rideable that stuff is. Go change. Still pretty hairy out there, sir. You want to surf, soldier? Yes, sir. That's good, son, because you're either surf or fight. That's clear. Now get going. On cover form. And bring a board for Lance. Get your shit till the boat gets here. Lance, I'll bet you can't wait to get out there. What? See how they break both ways? One guy can break right, one left simultaneous. What do you think of that? Bill, I think we gotta wait for the tide to come.
So it definitely should have won Best Picture, in my opinion. I really think Kramer versus Kramer is great. Mikey, tell Dave what actors were nominated, because
yes,
I actually thought, I was like, well, should Martin Sheen have been nominated? And he was incredible.
Well,
but then I saw the list, and I don't think he should have been.
Frederick Forrest was nominated for a different movie.
For a different movie, for supporting, right?
Yes, Justin Henry, the kid.
No, for Best Actor.
Oh, for Best Actor. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Mickey Rooney for The Black Stallion. Best Actor got some pretty heavy hitters.
This is a
here,
murderer's
though.
row.
I have to tell you, Peter Sellers for being there, Roy
He's great.
Scheider for All That Jazz, Al
That's his best role.
Pacino for And Justice for All,
He's
Jack
incredible.
Lemmon for The China Syndrome, and
Me
Dustin
and Dave are
Hoffman
going to make you do the
for
China
Kramer
Syndrome.
versus Kramer. I'll be glad. I'm glad to do it. But there's not one guy on there I go, who's that? What
It
happened
might
to
be
that guy?
Jack Lemon's best role.
What was Chinatown movie? I just watched that recently too. And that movie was
We're just going to a different China movie,
It's in the
Chinatown.
mid 70s. It's not the It's
yeah, but like, so the acting in this.
When did China the Wrestler die?
Shut up. I can't express how much I just love this guy. He was so brazen, so ballsy.
who?
He was fucking involved, putting his hat on.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of a war scene, just walking
Like I
out
said.
Like a Civil War hat looking thing.
You could not take your eyes off him. Well, he's the cavalry, so like
He was a cavalry. He was a helicopter cavalry.
we're going to talk about that scene.
That helicopter scene is like
I
one
have
of the
so many
most
thoughts about that scene.
like
Um,
iconic scenes in with Flight of the
it's
Valkyrie.
so-
and-
And let's not
It's-
forget, like, Coppola was close friends with every member of the Doors. And, like, that music in this movie was perfect. Right?
Iconic.
where's your other earbud?
Iconic. I know.
Can you hold it up? Hold it up to your mouth. Try something. Like a microphone.
So Duval, like I said,
I'm asking.
Duval, as great as he is, and he does the napalm. I love the smell of napalm. Smells like victory.
That's like one of the more classic lines too, and he's only in it for a couple minutes.
He kind of drifts off, and he's like, someday this war's going to end. So I don't think he was as simple as he thought. You know what I mean?
And I did
He
not
had
realize that the Flight of the Valkyrie was part of them. It wasn't just music in the background.
Right. They were
It
playing.
was they were playing it to scare the shit out of them.
So that is my favorite scene. And what's funny is it's so visceral. You know what I mean? Like you should not be like happy and so uplifted because they're showing the school children and everything, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just so you can't help but be captivated. You know what I mean? It's just so amazing to watch.
What is Larry
Well,
Fishburne?
It's a barbaric war that you can't get behind.
Mhm.
It's not like World War II. It's not like
Right.
the evil, the presence that you're trying to attack. This is
Right.
we're killing families and kids and
They're just
that's
tearing
what this
down
movie is.
villages.
It's an
and-
ascension. It's an ascension into hell. That's
But
what
he
this
did
movie is.
this. It is a descension to hell. It's definitely a it's the Vietnam War is also this. It's obviously the setting. I think it's like the subtext. It's kind of not as much as a war movie as many of the other war movies. I was having this conversation with Amber Brown, Mike, one of his favorite movies, and we were talking about how it's obviously an anti-war movie. We talked about the end because I was asking him what he thought of the end because I'm not a huge fan of. I don't want to bash Brando. I actually think I was down on him. It being just as him mailing it in. By the way, he didn't even read the book, Heart of Darkness, which is crazy.
He knew none of his lines. You know that.
Well, here's the thing that Coppola
had to redo the whole movie.
Changed the ending. No, they changed
The whole
the
ending.
ending.
They
He
changed
didn't
the
decide
ending,
on the ending.
Yeah.
Milius wanted it to end with them in some huge battle and Willard joining forces with Kurtz.
Like
Right, that was his ending. So it was like a big battle thing. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of not even like it shows the horrors of war, but it's more of just like a descension into hell, and it is such a vibes movie where it's just like a visceral, like the.
I think I have an opposite take on you
Okay,
with Brando.
I want to hear it. Yep.
I thought he was perfect for this role.
Mm-hmm.
He played the madman perfectly. But his whole explanation was, who's the madman, me or the fucking government?
Well, yes. Well, that's what I was talking to Mike about, and he said he went down a rabbit hole, which I've done looking at people's takes on the ending, and we found something that said Kurtz was the only rational one because he knew, you had to do terrible things, and but you knew you had to be conscious of what you were doing, but you still had to do your duty. Like he talks about the perfect soldier. Yeah, I mean, my take on Brando, besides being unprepared, being way too fat. Like I think the character would have been better if he was like jacked or something.
He ate all his Superman
Wouldn't it have made
money.
more sense?
All that money
wouldn't
he
that
got
have
for
made more
Jor-El.
sense?
Yes. Well,
like he's so disciplined.
See, I thought it was kind of like he let himself go once he kind of just gave up, and he's
Well, he really just showed up fat. Like Coppola said that.
I love that first of all, I love that he was in it just the right amount. Like he wasn't a major part, even though he was the MacGuffin.
And they did do a great job with the lighting and showing.
And they're very much like him. Kind of, I'm like, when are they going to show him? When are they like? They keep very subtly revealing him, but I love the way they built up his character through Martin Sheen, through Willard's reading about him, the voiceover, kind of building him up, and you were learning all about this guy.
Willard wanted to he just wanted to meet him. He wanted to figure him out, right? And you think about he literally killed a lady that could have been saved. Right? She could have been saved
because he was in the way of the mission.
Her. Yeah, he's not good.
He's not great either.
Dave, he's an assassin.
And that was a real dog, and I was like, how are they treating that dog? Where's that dog?
I know.
I'm like, my point is is Willard any better than Brando at that point?
Right. Well, and that's why the end. So I had some problems with the end, but you know what? Let me bang out the plot, and we'll talk about.
Yes,
go ahead, Mikey.
I was going to say one other thing is the scene. I just wanted to mention the scene where I forget Larry Fishburne's name, the character's name, his death.
Clean.
That
was like tough to hear.
The way the shot before that was incredible and terrible at the way the sound was.
Yeah.
But the way the shots came at the ship, it looked like someone was actually shooting at the ship. Like
it really did.
How the hell did they do that?
Yep.
It was incredible.
It's like no CGI here.
Yeah.
Because Lance with his fucking smoke.
Yeah.
He took that acid. He was gone. He was never the same. Okay, so 1969, during the Vietnam War, jaded Captain Benjamin Willard is summoned to field headquarters for a mission, which he learns is to assassinate a Special Forces Colonel Walter Kurtz. By the way, Harrison Ford, great little role,
and
right? Like his the way he was
after
coughing
Star Wars too. Like I thought this was
crazy.
a pre thing, just a little skit, but no.
Right. Kurtz has gone rogue and commands Americans, Montagues, whatever those are, and locals who worship him. Willard joins a U.S. Navy riverboat patrol commanded by Officer Phillips with crewman Lance Johnson, Chief Chef Hicks, and Mr. Clean Miller, who are to take him upriver to find Kurtz. To coordinate a safe entry. I'm sorry?
He said he was 17 years old.
Do you know he was 14?
Dave said that to me earlier today. He was Lawrence
Fishburne was 14 years old.
Incredible.
Nuts. To coordinate a safe entry into the river, they rendezvous with the 1st Squadron Cavalry Regiment helicopter assault unit led by Colonel Bill Kilgore. Kilgore becomes more interested in the mission when he learns Lance, who is a well-known surfer, is with them. Kilgore agrees to escort the boat because he wants Lance to surf with them on the beach area where they can access the river. Killer waves there.
Priorities.
Charlie, don't surf. After they carry out a full-scale assault.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Smells like victory.
After resisting Kilgore's attempts to get Lance to surf, Willard and the crew travel down the river, experiencing many horrors, with Clean and the chief being killed and Lance dropping acid and losing any sense of reality.
But they made it to a USO show, though. Hey, Dave, right? What'd you think of the USO show?
What do you think of those playmates?
Well, I thought they were extraordinarily hot.
David Hot Alert. Repeat. This is a David Hot Alert. This is not a test.
And they were going to be abused, though, pretty quickly if they didn't get off that stage.
They were what? Oh, yeah.
They were going to get abused.
It's been a while since we had that, though.
I'm going to tell you what.
Can you say this? I feel like a proud parent right now. I was going to introduce this movie to you guys. Not that I
Jesus
introduced it
Christ.
to you.
Yes, you introduced this
But-
movie to us.
Yeah,
we never
I
heard
never
of it.
heard of it. I mean, I definitely didn't watch it before you.
But I'm happy that you guys don't really appreciate it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Pops.
I'm glad you're really appreciating it too by doing it at a goddamn bar.
After arriving at
Do
Kurtz's
you not
outpost,
love it? Do you not love it, Mikey? You should be.
It's
Willard, it looks like a good time. Willard
It is a good
instructs
time.
Chef to call in an airstrike if he and Lance don't return, but Willard is captured and sees that Chef has been beheaded. Horrific.
He should have been like, your friend lost his head. He's lost his mind. I found it.
Could you do it like the Godfather? Kurtz releases Willard and lectures on his theories of war and asks him to tell his son the truth. During a ceremony, Willard kills Kurtz, and Kurtz's followers bow to him, and he and Lance depart.
I love Willard. Like, he's like, oh, so, okay. I admit at this point,
I don't love the
I was
ending.
getting a little tired. He throws the head of Chef on him, but then he lets him go, but because he knows he's ready to die. That's what at least Willard.
So this is the thing. Like people's theory are that Kurtz is like he kind of wants him to kill him. No, you know what I mean? Like he wants to let go.
I love Willard jumping in the boat though. He's like, okay, I'm going full crazy now. Puts the warp band on, jumps in the boat, and we get the famous shot of.
And it's great. So some people think that originally, because the end played at the beginning, and you see just the flames, that was going to be the end, and the airstrike had already been called, and it blows everybody to hell. But it obviously didn't happen because Willard gets on the boat. And,
at one point, I thought he was going to be their new leader.
Well, that's what they kind of wanted, and he's reading a book. Kurtz is reading a book called The Golden Bough, I think it is, and it's something which has like similar thing. If you kill, the head of
you become
the tribe, right? I love how it's the descension into hell. So the roof caught on fire. You saw that? You know that part?
Yes. Yeah. When someone
they put like bamboo on it, so it's almost like going back to like the primitive time. That's kind of also the theme, going back to just the primitive nature of man, right?
And yes, and even though the last movie they say the title of the movie, they don't say it, but we do see it. So that was cool. You did notice that, right?
What?
That when they get to Kurtz's place and they're meeting Dennis Hopper.
Oh, someone writes it. Yes.
There's graffiti in the background that says Apocalypse Now.
How great, though, was Dennis Hopper?
I forgot he was in it until he popped up. I'm like, oh.
He and Brando hated each other. Or Brando hated him. Brando hated him.
Well, Brando's notoriously not the easiest person to work. We all know that.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yes,
he came in overweight, underprepared, and they had to change the entire ending of the movie.
Well, he agreed. Coppola asked him to do the movie for $3 million, I think it was, and he wanted him to send $1 million right away, and then he was delayed. Like he came late. It's just crazy. So if you watch that documentary, you see how they make the movie, and it's like they don't have an ending. That's why Coppola's like, and Coppola doesn't know what he wants the ending to be.
Well, was this movie started? Was this movie started before The Godfather? Yeah, I know it was a long time to make the movie.
No, it didn't stop before.
It was after.
Godfather was 72, Dave.
Yeah, I read that it took him 3 years to edit this. Though. At least that's one thing I saw.
But it's funny that he would make The Godfather the perfect movie. He won an Oscar for The Godfather 2 finally for Best Director, I think. I don't think didn't win for The Godfather either, which is outrageous. I think this was his best directing job. Just this spectacle that he made.
And I like the part where he's in the movie.
Look at the television. Go look at the camera. Just keep going. Go on. Keep going. The television. Don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera. Just go by like you're fighting. Like you're fighting. Don't look at the camera. It's for television. Just go through. Go through. Just go by. Keep on going.
For a brief moment.
Yes.
Eva said that this is his best movie by far. They said that this is his best movie. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you look at is this in the AFI of top-rated movies? This
I don't know. We should look it up. Rewind
You're
the episode.
so obsessed with those critics, but yes,
David,
I'm sure it is.
It absolutely is because I've already said that.
You did?
In the beginning.
But this is not. This is your. Is this your third favorite Francis Ford Coppola movie?
No, Godfather.
Yeah,
Godfather 1. Godfather
What did I
2,
ask him, Michael?
Okay, so what is your third? So the answer is yes. It's your third favorite. Then it's Jack and Dracula.
Then it's The Godfather 3. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what though? But this movie is very interesting. But this movie is not hard to watch.
Really?
It's very easy. It's a long movie, but it's very easy.
I think it's right. It doesn't go down smooth. It's just so compelling, and it's just such an experience.
It keeps you.
That's another movie that I wish I always bemoan that, Mikey. Nowadays, I wish I saw this in the movies.
Yeah.
Right?
Me too.
I mean,
Me too.
how great would that have been?
That first scene of Martin is actually crazy.
So again, not to keep referencing that documentary, in that scene he was so shit faced.
In real life,
He wasn't supposed to. He wasn't supposed to touch the mirror.
I had a feeling that was real.
He punches the mirror himself.
Yeah.
You saw that thing about Charlie Sheen was talking
Charlie Sheen
about.
talking about how do you start a movie like this? Like, how do you start a movie with that scene? You know.
Well, they started with the end and the explosion, and then they do the great segue from the helicopters to the ceiling fan.
And was it also? I think Charlie Sheen mentioned that the fact that there were helicopters in shots. Every shot needed to have helicopters to keep it realistic. Otherwise, it was like to keep it so kinetic. There's actual helicopters flying around. They're not not digital, not models.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
So one thing I forgot to mention.
I'm in a room full of people.
I know. It was kind of like the Odyssey, coincidentally, with the Odyssey coming out. Some people say it was like the Odyssey with the Playmates being like the siren, Kilgore being like the Cyclops because they have to trick him. So the extended version, they trick him and they steal a surfboard. Dave, did you watch the 3-hour and whatever minute extended version?
Oh,
Good,
so there's more.
it's a little more. There's just Duvall's looking for a surfboard. It's crazy. Up the river, they have they're playing a message from him, and then also there's another scene with the Playmates.
Okay, but was it better?
Actually, nude scenes. No, it was unnecessary.
I was going to say, unnecessary.
Dave's like nude scenes with the Playmates. There's a whole scene with the French family on up the river on like a plantation of some kind, and it's just talking about it's crazy how it's like
we were talking about scene when Martin Sheen's in the gun and she seductress or whatever.
When he what?
And the seductress is like walking around in blood, completely naked, which is but she was basically.
Do you know what he's talking about, Mikey?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
What's seductress?
Well, the French lady that Martin Sheen is obviously in the bed. You don't remember that?
So you did watch that extra scene. That scene's not in the regular version.
Oh, it's not? Okay, so I watched this on the version, I guess.
It's unnecessary. That whole thing is unnecessary. Don't you
I
think?
I didn't get that part. That's my point.
I
don't need it.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
part.
Mikey, they had the whole French lady he was going to hook up with. And Coppola saw it. And he was like, I had all these people act, and they did so much, and he was like, it's in the Redux, but he's like, I don't like it. He's like, I don't like it.
They get paid.
We're going to take it all down. Something about a journey down a river is just such a good. Such a good movie.
Just along the way, what's that?
Hold on. This movie was a slow bleed. It was a slow dissension.
Yeah, into hell.
Just chaos.
I like how they did it. Right, like the Playmate scene, it's like a little unsavory. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's just a little like what's going on. And then that next scene when the guys don't have any
seal,
have
they don't
any
a seal.
leadership.
Like, who's the seal?
Yeah.
Exactly. That was great.
That
like,
scene
looking
was
at him.
that scene was like, oh, and then when you get to Kurtz's outpost, that's like truly hell. People hanging, and, heads all over the place. It's like, really, this is hell.
Along the way, there's like guys that crash their boats. Help us! And they just have to keep going. They just have to keep going.
Like,
right.
Did you really think, like, for people that haven't watched this movie, like, Mike, do you think he was really going to go through with assassinating Brando's character?
I don't know if I never.
I don't know. I thought maybe he wouldn't get away with it.
Because he admired him. Like, he did admire him the whole way.
Yeah, I didn't even like how they had him kill him. It wasn't like convincing. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't
or something.
Right.
It was a machete. It was a machete, but it was like Mikey said. I hated because the first time I watched this, I'm like, they're definitely killing that water buffalo.
And I think I heard something about that recently, so I was like ready for it. And I was like, I don't look.
It was still disturbing, but they apparently just filmed it.
I saw two different things. Someone said they filmed it, and someone said that Coppola provided the animals. I saw
no, that Coppola definitely didn't, because in the documentary, Coppola's wife. We're doing that next. This is a doubleheader. Hope you guys are ready for another hour. But Coppola's wife was like, they were sacrificing some other animal, and she's like, "Oh, well, let's go watch this." Like, I was kind of like, "Fucking." Yeah. What's up with you two sickos? But she's like, oh, it's just like, like a ritual. And so they filmed that ritual of them killing the water buffalo.
Sure did.
And I think Lance, I read somewhere, it was like Lance was like it's kind of like he symboled like the American reaction or view of Vietnam War. Starts off like innocent, and then he's like drug addled, and then he's like almost like he's in a cult. When they mentioned the Manson.
Yep, they mentioned the Manson.
You saw that,
thing.
right?
They were reading the news.
Chef was reading about
one of them. I don't know if it was Chef. Maybe it was when I'm not getting off the helicopter. When everyone get off the helicopter, when they're going with Kilgore, and that's when and then the woman had the hand grenade. Blue, it was crazy.
Yeah.
They call in the airstrike. It's like, don't worry, we'll be able to go surfing. Friggin'
crazy. Kilgore's character, just all time. I'm glad we finally did a Duvall since he passed.
Yeah.
He was so great. He really had range, unlike the other Robert De Niro, Dave.
And Coppola obviously likes his actors though, because using Duvall a bunch of times, and then that.
Well, do you know who else he used?
That Robert Chef, the guy Chef, Frederick Forrest. He's been in a bunch of his movies.
In Coppola's movies, well, do you know what he used from The Godfather? Or it was from The Godfather 2.
Then I do not know.
The general at the beginning who gives him the mission is the senator in Godfather 2.
I was like,
and that other
familiar.
Guy.
I was like, why do I know this guy? I don't.
That was the first time I've heard Extreme Prejudice.
And they kept showing the guy's hands, and I was trying to figure out why is he zooming in on the hands?
It's just so different than The Godfather. You know what I mean?
But from an acting standpoint, it is pretty much on par with The Godfather.
No, I mean, I don't know. Who? Like Duvall, yes, but Duvall is
Barchi incredible.
He was awesome. I mean, he's not as good as four guys in The Godfather. I'm just no reason to. I'm just taking you to task for making a ridiculous statement.
Ridiculous statement.
Chef and Lance in real life, they're dead, man.
Oh yeah, I think kind of recently.
Was Larry Fishburne. Thank God he was only 14. He's still kicking.
I know.
You do a Lawrence
Dave,
Fishburne.
I'm talking Brando. Brando was incredible. Al Pacino was incredible. James Caan was incredible.
Scott Glenn was
incredible.
They were. What? They were. It's a murder.
I'm just saying.
Did you notice Arlie Army? Did you notice Arlie Army?
Yes. Right when they
flying the helicopter.
I love it.
But from a main character standpoint, Martin Sheen, Duvall, and then Brando. They were all.
I guarantee. Yeah, I mean, Brando was nowhere near. again, you don't make me besmirch the movie we're actually doing, because I love the visceral experience.
Right.
They're so different. This is one of the most incredible. The Godfather is,
this is an
for me, The
achievement
Godfather.
of filmmaking.
Exactly. I was going to say The Godfather is a better movie by far. To me.
Yes, by far. But yeah, me too.
This is an amazing achievement.
Accomplishment.
The fact
Like,
that
this is like
it is.
they pulled this off.
It's
This
incredible.
is not a movie. This is
One
not a
of
movie
Mike's favorites.
You would overwatch. You wouldn't watch it time and time again. You wouldn't. It's not like The Godfather. The Godfather, I can watch time and time again. This movie, I probably watched 4 times in my life.
No, I'm going to watch it more now that I've seen it. Just after this.
It's so good. It's just a really, and it's not even a timepiece. I think it still speaks true today as it did.
Yeah, the theme of examining yourself and the horror, the awfulness of man. What was I going to say? You threw me off.
I'm very glad you chose this, David. Good week is right.
And Mike. Glad Mike is. He said it was one of his favorites, which
nice.
Which I was happy with. And
this and Jaws, I imagine. Jaws.
Exactly. So good. Do we have anything else to cry? I think we talked about,
David, around.
I think we did an amazing job on this pod.
Can you tell the bartender thank you, because that he did a great job.
They're all loving the fact
that
they're actually all loving the fact that I'm doing this here. It's great.
Well, they better listen.
They're gonna love. Yep.
I will tell them to listen. I will tell them to all listen. But
I'll put a link in the.
I thought you all did a great job in this movie, and I'm glad you guys like this movie too.
Thanks, pal. Thanks for giving us a little pat on the head. Wait,
the more he drinks, the friendlier he is.
How much do you think his head's going to grow when we introduce this next movie? That Stanley Cup. It's Stanley Cup playoff time, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was at the time of this recording.
Okay, hold on.
Don't.
I know. Let me see if I watched it 2 weeks ago, and I fucking was laughing my balls off. Go ahead,
Mikey. What is he talking about?
All I know is that guy, my friend Dave's a killer, because next time you join us, we won't
2 movies in a row approved
going to war, but there will be some fighting as we go back a couple of years to 1977 to see the hockey comedy Slapshot. I can't wait. I think you introduced me to this movie, Dave. I'm pretty sure it was on either Fox Lane or
Dave introduced me to every movie.
But seriously, for this one, I think you might have.
This movie
it is on Netflix right now, so that's good.
It is such a timepiece, and I will just say this real quick, right? Newman was amazing in this movie. Just
Blue Eyes. Yes, I can't wait.
I'm going to comment because I actually watched it already, but I'm going to save it for the pod.
Oh, very good, very good. I haven't watched it in decades.
And I'll tell you stories about the Hanson brothers, personally.
Oh, please.
Talk about being typecast. Those guys held on to that. They held on to that role forever. But that is next time. Until then, you can find us online, fansnotexperts.com. Find movies, find spirits on Instagram, find movies on Blue Sky. Oh, nice little doggy right there. Yeah, if I'm talking louder than usual, it's because I feel like I have to talk over a bar full of people.
We're in the middle of a crowded restaurant.
This is exciting.
You must miss the scene, though. You're actually in Basel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready for bed.
I'm not sure I've ever been in a bar without David. You can find Christopher. Are there any final words before we head off into this evening?
No, I'm just happy. I love the next stretch of movies. I love the last stretch of movies. Happy to see you, gentlemen, as always.
Yes, you as well, David. What's the next drink?
I've already had Well, I gotta get out of here.
That's true. Yes, yes.
I can't extend it.
I don't want to get called 2 hours from now saying Andrew's not home. Can you come get me?
Oh, I did that before. Did I do
yes,
that?
you certainly did. We went back to your car, and I could see the pile of vomit that was there from the night before. Oh no, I drove you back to your car. That's
it's good to be safe.
He's gone.
He just lost.
All right, we're out of here.
Fantasy world of celluloid villains and heroes, because celluloid heroes never feel any pain, and celluloid heroes never
Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
We can hear you.
I'm going to do my damnedest to filter. You're at a bar.
But, guys, look at this. It's called napalm in the morning.
Whoa, what the hell?
Okay.
Dude,
Sorry.
Does he know how this...
Sorry. Good. Good.
Oh, should I just...
Start out.
Is that Jess?
No, Jess is not here tonight. It's Sean.
It's everybody else. It is... Do you have any kind of sound... like a filter that can like reduce.
I can do this. I'm
in the back corner
myself.
or something.
Bro, I'm not talking. I'm not talking. Brad.
Fuck you.
Fans not experts.